Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
This is Globe Business, one with the world, the CUS commercial launch. Please welcome on stage the President and CEO of Globe Telecom, Mr. Ernest Koo.
Good afternoon. Deputy Secretary Rodolfo Salalima, Senator Sariangara, Globe and Ayala Corp Chairman Jaime Zobel de Ayala. Good afternoon to all. We also want to welcome our partners in the SEA US Cable Consortium. We have partners here from RTI, the US, GTA of Guam, Telen of Indonesia, and of course also our maintenance partner here from BSC, and their owners are also here. All of that have made this milestone really possible. This is truly a milestone for Globe because it's one of many firsts. This is the first cable that runs counter to the typical route that is taken by most cables emanating from Southeast Asia. It's the earthquake-prone Tokyo leg or route, the one that goes to the Taiwan Straits. Some go to the Malaysian waters. This one particularly goes through the Philippines via Davao, also a first for us because we are now landing this cable in Mindanao for the very, very first time. Right? It's our very first cable out there. A lot of our cable stations, or most of them, or all of them in fact, are actually in Luzon. Right? So it really changes the game for the country. Not only that, it gives us also now significant latency in an area of the country that is, now becoming a boomtown, which is Davao, right? Hometown of our president, right? So it can credit Globe for the vision. We knew he was going to be president, so we landed it there 5 years ago. Not just kidding. That's just serendipity. A lot of this is also very important as we lead the Philippines into first world internet territory. And additional capacity is actually required because our internet growth in the Philippines is really astounding. You know, in last year alone, from first half to first half, we grew our traffic by 85%. We went from 151 petabytes in the first half of 2016. Well, that same period in 2017, we went to 280 petabytes in terms of traffic. And that's only with about 67% smartphone penetration. And we expect that to continue to go up and reach approximate 100% penetration by 2018. This is given the fact that cheaper and cheaper handsets are coming into the market. India just announced a $50 handset with full VoLTE capability, and I'm sure those types of activities are going to drive the price of handsets down, thus spur the adoption of LTE handsets into the market. Also to date, we've launched 3,600 LTE sites and are going to increase this by 60% by at the end of the year. Doing so along the 700, 1800, 2600 frequencies of LTE is sure to increase the amount of traffic that goes through there. The other thing that this is really important to us is we have added another traffic generator to the Globe network, and that's now Globe's focus on the home. Having now achieved leadership in the mobile sector, we are now focusing our efforts on further improving average speeds in the Philippines by connecting Filipino homes to high-speed internet. And Globe classifies high speed as 10 Mbps and above. You know, the Philippines, it has been a laggard, if you would, in terms of the fixed line infrastructure because of our aging copper that's been in the ground for many, many years. Telcos like us have really focused on building the mobile infrastructure first and are now deploying fiber and upgrading a lot of our copper infrastructure to VDSL to deliver improved speeds to the households in the Philippines. You know, given the advent of use cases like video streaming, which is now coming online in a very big way. You know, today, you know, we can glad to say we have now have 1.3 million broadband subs in Globe and growing at about an 8 to 10% clip per annum. This is part of our continued effort or our goal to actually reach 2 million households by the year 2020 with high-speed connections. Let's not leave out the very important angle of business. Businesses should also benefit from this. The Philippines has a burgeoning BPO sector, and now we've added a new and viable area, which is Mindanao. You know, given the connectivity that's going to be available there, and the thrust by the government to moving things out of Metro Manila, I think this enables a whole new set of people to be employed by this very important industry. So it's really important also to note that the Philippines telecom sector is one that is a hotbed of investment. You know, contrary to some popular belief out there that we don't invest money, Globe actually and our competitor are actually one of the highest in terms of capex to revenue ratios out there in terms of investment. I think Globe this year will be close to 34%, meaning we will invest 34% of our revenues back into our network, which is really, really high for this year. You know, and that means on top of the $80 million that we've spent for SEA US, we will be investing probably close to $800 million more onto our network in this year. You know, and that's 1 year. Imagine we've been doing this for several years, and I think given the fact and the profile of use of mobile data as well as home data in this country, it's going to go on for a while. So it really is important to keep this country competitive. And we are sworn and we are bound by our duty in this country to keep on improving the internet. I cannot close without saying thank you to the Globe team that made this possible. I think I have to start with the gentleman actually who conceived of this and actually worked with, I think, RTI, Russ, to make this all possible, and he actually shepherded this through to board approval. That's Mr. Eugenio, who worked on this 5 years ago. And of course, Arlene Halorina and her team, who have been, I call her the submarine cable queen of Globe, right? Everybody knows her in the industry. Again, fine job of making this happen and ensuring that, by the way, this cable is now lit up and now carrying traffic as of last week, ahead of schedule by a month, right? So again, I just want to thank all of you. I just want to share this proud moment with you, a proud moment in Philippine telecommunications, and one that again signals our entry into first world internet. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ernest.